Hi, everybody. It's been a minute. I'm sitting here in my mobile home that I talked about in one of my last videos. And I've been wanting to make this video for a while. It's going to be rough to get through, so just bear with me. I wanted to sit down for a moment, take a breath, and talk about loss. It's a subject I've become all too familiar with over the last few years. In a short span of time, my family lost our anchors, pieces of our heart, and each goodbye came before I had time to catch my breath from the one before. In November of 2019, my daughter-in-law suddenly passed away, leaving behind my grandson. She also had two more small children who were staying with their grandparents. So 3 small kiddos suddenly lost their mommy. The following year, in November of 2020, in the thick of the COVID pandemic, I lost my mom. When your mom leaves you, everything about life changes. The ground beneath your feet is gone. The person who brought you into the world and sacrificed for you is gone. You can't call her anymore. You can't see her ever again. Every day you think about the last time you exchanged I love yous. Knowing you'll never ever look into her face again takes your breath away. But that bond is so strong. I can feel her around me all the time, and I know she's really there. And just a few weeks later, that following December, my boy's much-loved grandpa, my ex-father-in-law, the beloved patriarch, who always made every Christmas amazing, passed away. This man was the greatest dad, the best grandpa, and even earned great-grandpa status when my granddaughter was born in 2013 and my grandson Leo came along in 2018. We took those multi-generational pics. Leo, my son, his dad, and grandpa, 4 generations all in one photo. Boy, is that cherished now. Again, to realize you'll never get to share a laugh or a meal with that person who you considered so special, it sucks. Then, the following April, 2021, my dad passed. In an instant, the chance to sit and chat with him and hear his deep, hearty laughter was gone. You go back and think about all the important things. We circle back the conversations and chats and wonder, did we say enough of the important stuff? And then, just a few months later, in August, his lovely wife, my stepmom, followed him. She also had health issues, and they were at that phase in life where they never wanted to be apart. I didn't expect her to go that quick, but I knew she really missed him. They are buried together now, and now they are intertwined for eternity. So as you can see, I lost 5 people in quick succession. I barely had a chance to catch my breath between each one or realize the depth of these great losses, much less find time to grieve while taking care of that baby. I can honestly say I was going through it. But I can also say the main thing that kept me afloat was that just a few years prior to all of this, back in 2016 and 2017, I began studying Zen Buddhism under a master teacher. These teachings had a profound effect on my life, and we'll talk more about this in a future video. But it helped me tremendously to find peace during these days and not fall apart. Once my mom had passed, I began having a much closer relationship with my sister. We talked more. We texted constantly, and we started trying to have monthly get-togethers, cookouts, whatever. My sister was the family historian and just a vault of memories and stories. But she started getting sick. I remember when it hit me that we were losing her. My mind couldn't grasp it. Our family just wasn't ready for another massive loss. But at the same time, in the words of her doctor, who looked me in the eye and said, "Your sister is very, very, very sick." And we didn't want her to lay there suffering. Selfishly, I thought, well, who's going to tell us all our great stories? Who's going to show us our ancestry and name who is who in those black and white photos? But knowing we were helpless to change fate, she left us too in July of last year. I cannot believe it's been a year. She knew she was going to be with our mom, but none of us knew until it was too late. We didn't even realize she was sick until only a month before she passed. I also have 4 brothers, 2 here in the area, 1 in Texas, 1 in Minnesota. I have 2 beautiful nieces that also reside in Minnesota. And we've started a family group chat, and we send each other jokes and memes. And we are in constant communication like never before. And we are planning at least one family vacation every summer. Loss has a way of folding time. When it comes in waves so close together, the calendar blurs and grief becomes something I carry rather than something I can sit with. I am still standing, still caring for my grandson, still honoring the memories of those I've lost by carrying pieces of them in the way I live. Death has shown me how fragile we are, but also how enduring love can be. If anything remains after all this, it is the simple truth that every day is so precious, and that grief itself is a reminder of how deeply we have loved. Grief is not something where you graduate through stages one after the next and come to a finish line and you're healed. Rather, it's something you carry with you the rest of your days. You bounce around and back and forth within those stages, and sometimes it's heavy, and sometimes it's light. It depends on the stage you're in that day. It's fluid. It moves, and you move around in it, but it's always there in the background every day. And in all that loss, you realize that we cannot love our relatives enough. We cannot do enough for them. We always think we have more time. When we're leaving someone's house, we always think, okay, I'll see you next time, or I'll stop over soon. Every single time you walk out that door, that might be it. So let that goodbye hug last a little longer each time. Tell them you love them every time. Letting go teaches us that life is so precious. Time is fleeting, and although our loved ones are gone from our days, that love is still there. That energy surrounds us. Their memory surrounds us. If we can hold on to that, then maybe we're not just surviving loss, we're honoring it. This might sound weird, and maybe it's a product of my Zen, but I have become friends with my grief. I'm not afraid of it. I don't resent it. It's part of me now. It's like a companion that walks with me, and it carries so much love. I'm so happy I was my mother's daughter, and I really liked my dad. Letting go is part of living. Letting go is letting them get on with their journeys, but I feel my mom around me whenever I need her there. Letting go doesn't erase their memory, it strengthens it. Letting go allows us the room to keep on keeping on and honoring their memory by living life to the fullest. Remember that sometimes grief can manifest as emotional trauma, and emotional trauma gets trapped in the body and wreaks all sorts of havoc. So yeah, it might sound really strange, but I've chosen to befriend my grief. Instead of wrestling with it or trying to push it off into a corner, I've chosen to walk with it, to welcome it. I think that changes the weight of it. It's not my enemy. It's not there to hurt me. The feeling is like when you're in the ocean in a strong current. You could panic and fight and get tired and worn out, or you can stop, lay back, relax, and float through it, and let the waves push you back onto shore.